Good morning. Today's Thursday, February 23rd, and you're in the loop. I'm joined today by Steve Elgan. Steve has been with One World for over 6 years and is currently the Director of IT for Heartland Community Health Network and One World Community Health Centers. Steve's teams are responsible for installing, maintaining, and securing all the technology that we use every single day. Steve joins us today to talk about one of the most important aspects of his job, security. Good morning, Steve. Welcome to In the Loop.
Thank you. Humbled and honored to be here.
Steve, we all know that information security is important. What's our biggest threat, and what steps does IT take to secure our information?
So the steps that we take is we have several layers for our security in our organization, from advanced firewalls to advanced endpoint protection and many other controls that we put in place. Our biggest threat is social engineering. It's really about securing the human, because the human is the easiest thing to compromise. The technology and the security posture that most organizations are putting in place these days is hard to just penetrate without having a human involved first.
What specific types of techniques do attackers use to try to socially engineer our staff?
So the most common one here is going to be phishing, and that's an email that comes in to you that's made to look like it's something where you should have a call to action or click on a link or open an attachment or something like that. Other forms of social engineering that you might see more so on your personal side are going to be clickbait from fake news on social media feeds, or even cloning of social media pages to get you to like somebody who's a clone that's actually an attacker.
Why would attackers want our data?
Well, our healthcare records are actually really valuable on the black market. In 2014, the FBI said that the average healthcare record was valued at about $50. When you look at last year, we had about 38,000 patients that came through One World. That's $1.9 million. So it's not a lot of effort to get a lot of money.
Wow, that is a lot of money. Can you show us some examples of some phishing emails?
Sure, I'd love to.
All right, so let's dive into some phishing examples. This is an example of an email that went to somebody in our accounting department. And you can see here that they're trying to cause the user to go to a call to action by clicking a link that's for an invoice. Now what I want to show you here is that it's coming from a company that we aren't familiar with, DestinyUSA.com. They're not a current vendor, so that's our first red flag. The second red flag here is when you hover over the link, you just put your mouse over it, you can see that it's going to what looks like a Brazilian website. Another big red flag. So in this case, I would have just deleted the email. Here's another example. Went to our HR department. Made to look like maybe it came from E-Verify, and someone who's just kind of quickly working through their email workflow may not catch it in time. It's an unexpected email. It's spelled wrong. And when you hover over the link, you can see that the URL it's taking you to does not match what's in the person's signature. The other tell on this one, and I was really proud of the person who noticed this, is that E-Verify is a .gov site, and this is going to a .com. And so that's another tell. So questions you should ask yourself when you receive an email. First off, are you expecting the email? If you're not expecting it, that's your first red flag. You should probably just delete it. The next thing is it from a known trusted source? Third, what is the call to action? Are they trying to get you to solve an urgent problem by clicking a link or opening an attachment? Another red flag. If you do nothing, what's the worst thing that can happen? One of the things I like to tell people in the new hire training is just because somebody emails you, particularly when it's outside the organization, does not mean they deserve your attention. So you have to be careful. Until next time, this is Steve Elgan for In the Loop.